Yo, what's up guys? It's the Goblin. Today what I have for you guys is a 124 kill triple MOAB playing some ground war domination on the map Seatown. And I am using the P90 with the silencer and rapid fire, which is my go-to class on this map in Seatown. And this gameplay, I thought I'd upload it because obviously it's fairly impressive, 124 kill triple MOAB. And I did die like one or two off the quad MOAB this game, which I was kind of pissed about. But obviously, yesterday I got about 3 or 4 triple MOABs, and I got about 7 or 8 gameplays. And I'm sure I'm going to be able to get that quad pretty soon. So I do have a lot of good support gameplays coming up for you guys, as well as some, solo quick MOABs with submachine guns and stuff like that. Lots of gameplays on the map Dome, which has kind of been my go-to map these days. But anyway, so what I'm doing here, the first MOAB is about 90 seconds, and then I get the second MOAB in about 2.5 minutes, and then after the second MOAB, I kind of do something that, I wouldn't recommend doing. I call the MOAB in before the end of the game, and that is because they had an Osprey gunner up, or the, what's it called? The support Osprey gunner. So they had that thing up, so I called in my MOAB to be able to take that down, and then I was able to just, destroy them in the spawn and pick up the triple MOAB, where I actually died off the quad MOAB by some guy in final stand, but I did cut that part of the gameplay just to, shorten it down, and you guys get to see about 90 something kills, maybe 100, 110 kills in about 9 minutes, or not 9 minutes, about 7 minutes. So pretty good gameplay in my opinion, and hopefully you guys will enjoy. So I pick up the first MOAB here in the second, and then I'll just cut it into the second streak. So obviously for Seatown, I don't really need to go over how to hold the spawns or what guns to use. You guys all already should know that, You want to keep them at C domination. You want to use a submachine gun such as the MP7, PP90, P90, PM9, MP5, any sort of submachine gun on this map is what you want to use. You want to keep them at C domination, and you just got to watch out for the well spawn is where you want to get them to spawn, at this well area, and when they do there, you can just run around in a circle basically and be able to pick off the enemies and stuff like that and get the kills. So today what I'm here to talk about and what I want to talk to you guys about is how to stay in control of the game, and how to, basically say, I'm the boss here, I'm in control of the enemies, and make the enemies do what you want them to do. You don't want to be running around the map all crazily and like kill confirmed and being like, I'm waiting for the enemies to, or I'm making the first move. You want the enemies to make the first move, and you want to be able to have an easy way to react and pick them off. So what that means is, as you can watch in this gameplay, I do a great job of staying in control. And you might say, Goblin, what do you mean by staying in control? Watch how I control these guys in their spawn. Watch how I'm using my mini-map. Obviously, the radar is up quite a bit in this gameplay. Watch how I'm using my mini-map. Watch how I'm seeing where the enemies are spawning and knowing how to control it so I don't run into a pack of 4 or 5 guys. That's something that always would get you killed in ground war, especially playing with the team, is if you run into 4 or 5 guys who spawn in front of you, you will just be absolutely destroyed. So that's what staying in control means. You want to keep the engagements to 1-on-1 and 1-on-2, and I say this quite a bit, and you're going to have to back out of some engagements, which you'll see all great players do and all good players do, is when they get into engagements, they will always back out. Like, you'll see maybe sometimes, like, you'll shoot at a guy, you'll tag him, and then you'll back off. Right there, why did I go for that guy, you might say? Because when I do have someone hurt like that, I'm fairly confident that I can win the gunfight, especially when I have Recon Pro, which obviously when I get all my specialist perks, I can get the Recon Pro. So you see, like right here, this is where I back away from these guys. There's a lot of them. I have no teammates all around me, so I decided to back up, and, I want to be in control. I don't want to be in there going nuts and just, crapping in my pants because I'm scared of the enemy's going to be killing me. Lots of guys had dead man stand, so here I come and I sit back and I'm like, I'm just going to take it slow, make sure I can get the second MOAB around 120 points, and then I'll have a good shot at getting the triple or the quad MOAB, which I did. And I did get time to call in 2 of the MOABs, I think, or maybe all 3 of them got time to blow up. I can't really remember this gameplay I got yesterday, but here I take it a bit slower. I can see that I am in control of the enemies. I am making them make the first move. They are coming to me, and I basically have the advantage over them, and I'm able to pick them off, and that's what I mean by staying in control. And the other thing that I want to mention is that I do have some triple MOABs in 6v6 on this map, some in ground war, and that's another thing, is when it's 9v9 ground war, it's a lot harder to stay in control, obviously, than 6v6. 6v6, there's going to be less enemies. You're going to always know where they're at. You can just use your headset more. Ground war is kind of chaotic, and I did have a SitRep Pro on this class, I believe, but it's kind of chaotic, and that doesn't really help you out that much, so you could swap that out for Stalker, for steady aim. On all my assault rifles, I will run with Stalker, simply because that's what I like to use on assault rifles, because there's no point really in using SitRep Pro, since you're not going to be all up in their spawn like I am in this sort of gameplay when you're using an assault rifle like an ACR or a SCAR L. And yeah, that's pretty much it for how to stay in control on this sort of maps. You know, this map is probably one of the easier ones to control, although it is hard to prevent the spawns from flipping always, and you know, sometimes they will be able to get B domination and stuff like that. But some maps that are kind of hard to control are ones like underground, because you know, if you get them spawning on A domination on underground, and people are aiming down sights down the tunnel, they're going to spawn flip, and then they're going to be at C, and you know, you got to find out which maps are the ones that are easier to control, and those are the maps you'll see lots of people uploading the main portion of videos on, the main triple MOABs, quad MOABs, penta MOABs, and those maps are, you know, C-Town, Bootleg, obviously underground if you have a good team, but I'd say that's a bit harder. Bakara is a bit harder, but simple ones are probably C-Town, Bootleg, Arcade. You know, you'll see lots of gameplays like from those with full teams from your favorite YouTubers, and that is simply because those maps are a lot easier to control and you guys have them mastered. And there's always these areas that I want to call caution points, and I'll let you know what a caution point is. So how do you develop caution points? A caution point is basically a point where it's risky. You know, one caution point on this map right there is that staircase. You know, the chances of being panic knifed, the chances of being hit with a shotgun are very high on that staircase, and I'd probably call that the main caution point on this sort of map when doing this sort of, you know, keeping them at C domination. The main caution point on Arcaden would be in the montage room, those staircases. You know, you're so prone to getting guys who will just hit you with a shotgun, randomly no-scope you, dead man's hand, final stand, you know, panic knife you, and those are the caution points. And what you want to watch out for is areas that you're comfortable in. Like right back here, I'm pretty comfortable. Right here is a caution point. As you can see, I pre-fired it, and that's something that I'll always do on these caution points, is I'll pre-fire them. And there are a few caution points on each map that you guys gotta watch out for, even in free-for-alls and stuff like that. You know, they had them back in Black Ops and everything like that. And that is an area where you are, for some reason, at a disadvantage and tend to lose a lot of gunfights. It can be different for different people as well. Maybe from this building right here, you're not the best and they seem to magically pick you off every time. Then that's going to be your caution point. But for the main part, you know, for good players, the caution points are all pretty similar. And those are things that you got to watch out for. And ways to avoid caution points are obviously, don't try and go at them. Don't try and rush when people are in the caution points. Try and sit back a little bit more. And, you know, like I did there, I didn't run out straight at him or I might have got panic knifed. I tended to sit back and let him come to me and stuff like that. And the other tip I would give is to pre-fire or to hip fire. And that's basically it for the caution points and how to deal with them. This gameplay is wrapping up. You'll see me call in my triple MOAB. And, yeah, they do all get to blow up, I believe. So if you guys did enjoy this video, go ahead and leave me a like rating. Let's see if we can hit 2,000 likes. I have a lot of epic videos coming up this week. A lot of great gameplays that you guys should enjoy. And if we could hit 2,000 likes, that would mean a lot. I really do appreciate all the support you Gobliners give me. And as always, subscribe for a cookie. I'm out. Peace. Ciao.
Yeah, homie, I'm coming, and I'm never gonna give up. My mentality is making rappers feel like they can never even live up to logic. You bust, I dodge it. Think you see me now, you just mirage it. I'm gunning like a semi-automatic that's fully equipped with lyricism to let them have it. I blast it. Any style that you coming at me with, I master. I son motherfuckers, then I'm out on you bastards.